Hello, everybody. I got three good jokes for you. Then I've got a tremendous segment called Frank's Classroom. I'm going to give some information for grandparents and parents to discuss with their children as far as love and marriage. These are just suggestions. I'm not an expert. I'm just giving information. All right, here we go with the jokes. A boy calls his girlfriend and he says, "Honey, I love you so much. I'd climb the highest mountain. I'd swim the widest sea just to see you." She said, "Oh, so you coming over tonight?" He said, "Heck no, it's raining outside." A guy takes his girlfriend to the movies and they've already got their popcorn and drinks and they settle into two seats and the guy's fidgeting around and he says, "Honey, is your seat comfortable?" She says, "Yes." He says, "Can you see over the people in front of us?" She says, "Yes." He said, "Well, how about getting up and swapping seats with me? Because I can't." A blonde answers the phone at 3 a.m. And the guy said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was trying to call Jim. I must have the wrong number." And the blonde says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I had to get up and answer the phone anyway." All right, going right into Frank's Classroom. These are just some things to think about, like if your son or daughter, grandson or granddaughter, start talking serious with you about they're serious about someone. Here's some things for you to point out, that maybe they have not thought about. Okay, here we go. And I'll have to refer to it. All right. So if you're asked about love and marriage, or if you want to be bold and start the conversation when you know your child or grandchild is entertaining the thought of getting married, here's some things to think about. In general, it's probably best to date for a year and a half to 2 years before you get married. I know it's different with different people, but one thing to keep in mind is you only see people at their best during the first few months or the first year. Okay? In other words, here's some things. When you go out on a date or spend time with someone, typically they've just had a shower. All right, they've put on deodorant. They've brushed their teeth. They're dressed up real nice. The guy's probably got money in his pocket. His car is washed. He opens the car door for the girl. Then they go to the restaurant. He opens the door. He pays for everything. When he greeted your parents or when he says something to them when you get back, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. He's extremely nice. He's on his best manners. So you typically see the best of somebody when you're dating them. But the longer you're around them, you get to know a person better during good times and bad times. How are they going to handle adversity? All right. Number one, above everything else, is do you love him? Do you love him? Do you love her? Are you in love? Love conquers all, as they say. What are your goals? Are you going to go to college and get a degree? Are you going directly into the workforce? What kind of goals does she have? What kind of goals does he have? Are they in alignment? All right. Do you both want children? This is really important. Sometimes some people do not want children, and that's fine. Me and my wife, we couldn't have children. But some people want 5 children. Maybe they came from a big family, and the person they're marrying is an only child, and maybe they don't even want children. That's a big issue. All right. Are there religious differences? Okay. I'm Southern Baptist. You know, if I was looking for a mate, which I'm not, I would want it to be a believer in Jesus Christ. That would be big for me. All right. But some people don't believe, and some people have a religion different than yours. So that's the thing to consider. All right. Does she want to stay home and be with the children? Or will she continue working after having children? That's something to discuss. All right. What if you get a job promotion and you need to move to Chicago? Is she willing to relocate from Athens, Georgia? Some people want to stay near mom and dad and grandma and granddad. That's the thing to discuss. All right, the biggest thing, other than being in love, is finances. The couple, 2 or 3 times I went to a marriage counselor, he said that financial problems cause 75% of the other problems. And this is the word he used. He said, financial problems magnify existing problems. People get short with each other. You know, when you can't pay your rent or can't pay your house note, or you don't have money to operate with. Money is a big, 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 big thing. Very big. Okay? Are y'all going to have separate accounts? Are y'all going to have one account together? So finances cannot be overlooked. All right. All right. Do you have similar interests? I know that sometimes people say opposites attract, and that may be true in some situations, but it seems like if someone is totally different from their mate, maybe the guy likes golf, the woman likes gardening. Okay, that's fine. You do need time apart. But if they both like golf, or they're both into gardening, that might be better. All right. Other things would be like, do you both like square dancing? That'd be quality time together. How about time in church together? Do you both want to go to church every Sunday? All right. And so there's a lot of things to consider. It's not real simple. All right. And unfortunately, 50% or more now, probably, I don't know the latest, married couples get divorced. So marriage is a union before God. Marriage is a commitment. And like my grandfather told me, and I've mentioned this before, they were married at least 68 years. I think it might have been even more than that. Okay. But he said the first 5 years were tough. And then he learned 2 magic words. And I said, Pa, what was that? He said, yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. You know, in other words, sometimes just go ahead and do what you're going to do, agree with him or her, and go forward with it. So marriage is tough. Okay? To my knowledge, all marriages have problems, but people love each other enough to work out their problems. So you have to compromise. It is sometimes instead of a 50-50 proposition, sometimes it's 60-40, maybe even 70-30. So marriage is a big part of life. And so these are some topics, some ideas that parents and grandparents may choose to discuss with their children or grandchildren. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, and please subscribe and like the video. All right, this is Frank from Athens, Georgia. Frank's Clean Jokes. All right, bye.